The 2020 Class A Minnesota Amateur Baseball Tournament is brought to you in partnership with the Minnesota Baseball Association and presented to you by Xfinity. Xfinity X1 is the hub for all things sports with the Xfinity Sports Zone. And Wings Financial. We're for people like you.
One game for all the marbles from Palm Field here in St. Anthony Village. The defending champion Minneapolis Cobras taking on the Minnetonka Millers in the final game. Here's the starting lineups for the Cobras. Leading off and playing center field, Brandon Schmall. They've changed their lineup a bit. Batting second is the designated hitter, Mason Reinhardt. He batted fourth in the game against Stockman Irish earlier today. Batting third and playing third base, Sean Borman. Moving up to the number 4 spot in the order and doing the catching, number 12, Jeff Miller. Batting fifth and playing left field, Jack Hogan. Batting sixth and playing first base, number 21, Sam Bunnett. Batting seventh and playing short, number 9, Matt Enck. Batting eighth and playing second base, number 19, Andrew Enck. And batting ninth and playing right field, number 23, Cole Easley. And on the mound for the Cobras, number 29, Isaac Harrell. Getting the start for the Minnetonka Millers. Leading off and playing center field, Blaine Rutledge. Batting second and playing first base, Joe Abalera. Batting third and playing right field, Joe Schallenberger. Batting fourth and playing left field, Mike Davis. Batting fifth and playing second base, Jack Manson. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, Zach Trigstad. Batting seventh and playing third base, Ryan Poppets. Batting eighth and playing short, Jared Wandersee. And batting ninth and doing the catching, Ben Stoller. And starting on the mound for Minnetonka, who is the home team today, Tom Scoro in his 6th year with the team. Early traditional pitcher, fastball, slider change in his repertoire. Millers won the coin flip, so they are the home team for this championship game here from Palm Field. Finishing a fine weekend of amateur baseball here in the Class A event. Scoro, the left-hander, warming up. And the Cobras will get the first look at him. Cobras this morning defeated Stockman's Irish 7-3. Game that they grabbed the lead in the 4th inning, only to see the Irish tie the game in the 6th, but then a run on the bottom of the 6th, 2 in the 7th, and 2 in the 8th helped them pull away. And Mason Reinhardt, the hero of the game, the player coach, 3 for 4, missed the cycle by only the triple as he doubled, homered, and singled in 4 trips to the plate. And he's moved up in the order from 4th to 2nd for this game. So we will see what impact that has on the offense. Scoro in his 6th season with the Millers, and he has a chance to get them on the way to a state championship. Cobras, of course, defending champions. Should be a good one. We're glad you're along here on Prep Spotlight TV. Jeff Pappas is my name, and I've had the pleasure of calling everything from the quarterfinals on in this tournament. And Stoller, the catcher, is ready to come down to second base, and then we'll get this game underway. We are behind schedule. Both the 2 prior games have run long, and as a result, we are getting a late start here.
Number 44, Tom Scoro. And leading off for the Cobras, center fielder number 1, Brandon Schmall.
And here's Schmall, the lead off for the Cobras. Center fielder can make things happen. He was 1 for 4 in the game against the Irish. Singled, walked, and scored a run in that game. Schmall, Reinhardt, and Borman in the first inning against Tom Scoro. And we are underway at 5:56 with a fastball up. 1 ball and no strikes to Brandon Schmall. Got him played straight away. Poppets at third base is even with the bag. And here's the pitch. Schmall leaned back there by a fastball up and in. 2 balls and no strikes. Left-handed batter Schmal stands in. And the pitch from Scoro, 2-0, is inside. 3 balls and no strikes. We have 3 umpires for this game, unlike any of the other previous playoff games. So we have third and first base umpires, so 2 base umpires and 1 plate, of course. 3 balls and no strikes to Schmal. And it's a 4-pitch walk. No, it's a strike. He called it on the outside corner. So Schmal, 3-1, taking all the way, taps the bat against his toes once before every trip into the box. And here's the 3-1. That's ball 4. And a leadoff walk. Schmal aboard, and here's Reinhardt, the DH. Man, 3 for 4
Reinhardt
in the first game. Single, double, and home run. He is the player manager of this Cobras team. All right, Scoro will work from the stretch. Good lead at first base for Schmal, and there's a strike called in the outside corner to Reinhardt. Sean Borman is on deck. Scoro ready. Schmal with a good lead at first base, and here's the pitch. That is sliced foul at the plate by Reinhardt. No balls and 2 strikes. Just underway here in the title tilt. Cities versus suburbs for the championship. Schmal gets his lead. Again, a solid lead as Scoro looks in for the sign, and now he steps off and forces the runner back. Avalera holding with him at first base. No balls and 2 strikes to Reinhardt. Here's the pitch. Fastball is low and in. 1-2. With Sean Borman, the third baseman, waiting on deck. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss. Took something off that one, and Reinhardt was out in front. And he is a strikeout victim. First strikeout for Scoro, and it will bring up Sean Borman, the third baseman. In this morning's game, Borman was 0 for 4 with a walk and scored a run. Batting in the 3 hole against the left-hander, lefty-lefty matchup here, and Schmal at first base. We'll see if they send him with 1 out here. Here's the pitch. Scoro starts him with a fastball on the outside corner for strike 1. Scoro ready. Sets. Works. A breaking pitch tails away from Borman and off the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. Jeff Miller works into the on-deck circle. Long look at first base, and now the pitch. Swung on, and that's sliced foul. And the ping off the metal post here, holding the net. 1-2 to Borman. Schmal aboard after a leadoff walk with 1 out here in the top half of the first inning. One, two, step off and a throw over. That was a serious move there from Scoro. Schmal, undeterred, takes quite a good-sized lead. Here's the 1-2. Breaking ball on the inside corner, caught him looking.
With 2
outs, both strikeouts here in the first inning, and here's Miller, the catcher, and Miller has been on fire in the quarterfinal round and beyond. 2 hits in 3 trips this morning, was on base 4 times. He had 3 hits in the quarterfinals as well, so he has been red hot. Schmall gets his lead. Here's the pitch, and Miller looks at a fastball right through there for a strike. 0-1. Jack Hogan is on deck. Strike one to Miller. Schmall goes. Pitch is a strike. Throw to second base. It's on the bag and not in time. Schmall with a stolen base. Miller now down 2 strikes in the count. Strong throw by Stoller, the catcher, but just a hair late, and now Cobras have a runner in scoring position with 2 outs and 2 strikes on Miller. Now comes set, and here's the 0-2. Fastball is grounded towards the middle to the right. Hansen can't get it into center field. Schmall rounding third, and he will score the first run of the game. And the Cobras strike first in the first inning. They take the lead 1-0. Jeff Miller, boy, he has been red hot the whole event, and he drives in Schmall with the run to make it 1-0. And here's Hogan, the left fielder, and a courtesy runner for the catcher with 2 out. And it's Nate Lutmer.
Now the left fielder, number 5, Jack Hogan.
Into courtesy run, which you're allowed to do for the catcher with 2 outs. And here's Hogan, who came on as a pinch hitter late in the first game, had an infield single and a ground out, so he was 1 for 2 this morning. Lutmer gets his lead at first, and here's the pitch. Off the plate, ball 1. Miller's just getting off the field after their 10-3 win over Highland Park in the semis. Now the pitch. Fastball is tapped foul at the plate. 1-1. Sam Bonnet, the first baseman, is on deck. Temperature 90 degrees at the first pitch here. What breeze there is out of the west-northwest at 6 miles per hour. Pitch on the way. Strike called. And it's 1-2 on the inside corner to Jack Hogan. Now the pitch. There's a beauty of a breaking ball on the inside corner, and Hogan is struck out looking. Scoro strikes out the side in the first inning, but gives up a run on 1 hit. No errors and 1 left. 1/2 inning. Cobras 1. Miller's coming to bat here on Prep Spotlight TV.
Runner Janke. Here's one hit in the air to left. Carrying deep, away back. Miller to the fence. It's gone! A 2-run bomb wins it. Ethan Rowe, a 2-run shot. And the St. Anthony Hogs defeat the Minneapolis Angels 7-5 in walk-off fashion. His second home run of the night. A 2-run shot to left.
That is the walk-off home run by Ethan Rowe in the quarterfinals for the hometown St. Anthony Hogs. And boy, what a job they have done. In first off in hospitality, but secondly in keeping Palm Field in perfect shape. They have done a tremendous job and have been very welcoming. They've done a great job here hosting the Class A tournament. Miller's up in the bottom of the first, and there you look at Isaac Harrell on the mound, number 29. Right-handed pitcher gets the ball in the biggest game of the season for this team. Right-handed pitcher, he'll face Rutledge, Abalera, and Schallenberger. In the bottom half of the first inning. And a little bit of a breeze, and anytime you get wind, it's welcome. There has been a monarch butterfly that has been floating around the back screen for the entire weekend. I've been amazed that nothing's happened to it. It seems to like to come in and visit whenever there's activity at the plate. Harold or Rutledge.
And leading off for the Minnetonka Millers, number 15, Blaine Rutledge.
So here's Rutledge for Minnetonka. And in the last game, he was all over the base paths, on base 4 times, walked, doubled, scored twice, and was hit by a pitch. So he already having a good day at the plate, and he'll face Isaac Harrell. First pitch. Fastball is high. 1 ball and no strikes. Rutledge, Abalera, Schallenberger in the first. Now Harrell sets, works out of the set, and here's the pitch. Fastball, that one's on the outside corner for strike 1, 1-1. Now Harrell ready, works from the belt, and here's the 1-1 pitch. Fastball away to Rutledge. 2-1. Lost his hat in the process, too. Rutledge has given this team a spark all the way through the tournament. It was good in the win over Baseball 365, as well in the quarters. And here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled away over the roof. On the third base side, count evens at 2-2. Jeff Pappas, my name. Glad to have you along here on the Prep Spotlight TV channel for all weekend. 7 games, quarterfinals and semifinals and finals. Harrell ready. Here's the 2-2. Breaking pitch got him looking. Boy, he twisted off a beauty there, and Rutledge not happy about it. He has a word for the plate umpire.
First baseman, number 40.
And we're going to get a timeout and a change of hat for the starting pitcher, who keeps losing his. And no visit charge for that.
First baseman now.
Now here's Abalera.
40, Joe Abalera.
Harrell ready. And here's his pitch. That's a strike called in the outside corner to Abalera. Strike 1. Now Harrell comes set. And here's the pitch. Breaking ball, and that is a little bit low. Buckled his knees. Abalera took that one and got the benefit of the doubt there. 1-1. Harrell ready, comes set, and here's his pitch. Breaking ball, and that spins inside. 2-1 for the Minnetonka first baseman. 1 out, nobody on. Last of the first inning. 3:15 down the lines, 3:65 to the alleys, and 3:80 to center here at Palm Field. Here's the pitch. That is low with a fastball, and it's 3-1 to Abalera. And again, Harrell loses his hat. I get something that'll stay on his head. Maybe they need one of the chin strap. 3-1 to Abalera. Here's the pitch. That is on the inside corner for strike 2. So the string is out here to the number 2 man in the Millers order in the bottom of the first. Harrell comes set. And here's the pitch. Swung on and sliced to right field. It's hooking, and it is foul. Lands a few feet foul down the right field line, and the count is still full on Abalera. 3 balls, 2 strikes. As Minnetonka tries to gain back the run they lost in the top of the first to the Cobras, who lead them 1-0. 3-2. Fastball sawed him off, but it's going to find the hole, and after it, Matt Ank, a long throw across the diamond is not in time. Infield single for Abalera. First hit for Minnetonka, and it'll bring up Schallenberger, the right fielder.
Right fielder, number 42, Joe Schallenberger.
Schallenberger in the first game was 1 for 4 with a single and a run scored. Both teams taking the opportunity due to the leads they enjoyed to bring in some extra players, especially Minnetonka, which had scored 6 runs in the second inning in the first game against Highland Park. Here's a pitch. That's a strike call to the fastball on the inner half. Mike Davis waiting on deck for the Millers. Sent 11 men to the plate in the second inning and scored 6 times. Now the pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt. Miller with a block. 1 ball and 1 strike. So Isaac Harrell dealing with a base runner here, albeit on the form of the first baseman, Abalera, who has a modest lead at first base. He bluffs, and the pitch is a little bit inside. And Schallenberger takes ball 2. 2-1. Now Harrell ready. And the 2-1. Swung on and popped up on the right side. Andrew Enck now gives way, and the right fielder easily makes the catch to retire Schallenberger. On a fly out to short right for the second out, and here's Davis.
Now, number 28, Mike Davis.
Davis reached on an error and scored, doubled in 2 runs, flew out and reached on a fielder's choice. He was 1 for 4 in the first game. And he's got Abalera at first base and 2 outs here. Isaac Harrell has given up an infield single, and that has been it. And that one is off the plate for ball 1. Harrell comes set. The 1-0. And Davis takes high, 2-0. Jack Hansen is on deck, the second baseman. Davis with a hitter's count here, 2-0. The 2 out. Here's the pitch. Takes a fastball in the inside corner for a strike. He cleared his arms, thought the pitch was a little bit inside, but he took strike 1. 2-1. Now Harrell ready. Runner goes. Pitch is swung on and hit in the air to right field. Pretty well hit. Easily going back on it. Looks up and it is gone. It's a 2-run homer. And Mike Davis has put the Millers on top, 2-1. Two-run homer for Mike Davis in the bottom of the first inning, and here's Hansen, and that was what Ron Gardenhire, the former Twins manager, once said was getting the number 1 and putting a whistle on it. And Davis hits it out over the right field fence by Palm's porch, 2-1. Here's the pitch. A strike called to Jack Hansen. Hansen homered in the first game as part of a 2-for-4 performance, also singled and scored a couple of runs. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball over, and that was a beauty. 0-2 to Hansen. Trigstad is on deck. Now Harrell comes set. Here's the 0-2 in the dirt, and Hansen didn't bite. 1-2. So Hansen hanging tough here. Harrell one pitch away from getting his team off the field. Here's the 1-2. Fastball swung on and hit in the air to center field. Going back on it is Schmall. Still going. It's over his head and off the fence. And Hansen will cruise into second base with a stand-up double. Home run double for Minnetonka here in the bottom of the first. And here's Trigstad, the designated hitter. He had a pinch hit appearance in the first game. Sacrifice fly to right field, no official at bat, but a run batted in the first game. Now he's got Hansen at second base and two out, two already in the bottom of the first for Minnetonka. And he looks at a fastball down low. Ball one. And they call a balk on Isaac Harrell, and that is going to move Hansen up to third base. And they've asked for a clarification as to why it was a balk, and that's going to bring out the player manager Mason Reinhardt for a conference with a runner now at third base as Jack Hansen moves up on a balk. And we're going to get some activity in the Cobras bullpen. And it's Danny Smith. Smith worked 2 2/3 innings in the first game and has already thrown over 50 pitches today. But he's going down to loosen up. All I can think of is that he broke his hands while he was standing on the rubber. That would have been the only thing for me that would have been a balk, but it moves Hansen up to third base. 1 ball and no strikes to Trigstad. Harrell ready. Here's the pitch. Fastball is hit high in the air and foul back behind the plate. It's going to get out of play. Evens the count at 1-1. Now Harrell ready. Comes set. And the pitch. Floats a breaking ball just a little bit outside. 2-1 to Trigstad. Poppets is on deck. 6th man to bat here in the bottom of the first inning, Zach Trigstad. Now Harrell, ready, 2-1 coming. Trigstad swings and grounds it to the right side. Andrew Enck over, he's got it. And throws on to first base to retire Trigstad and the side here in the first inning. Minnetonka scores 2 runs on the homer by Mike Davis on 3 hits. No errors and 1 left. 1 inning. It's 2-1 Millers here on Prep Spotlight TV. Top of the second inning here at Palm Field in St. Anthony Village. 6, 7, and 8 due up against the lefty Tom Scoro. Still activity going in the Cobras bullpen. It wouldn't take much to get warmed up on a night like tonight, but Danny Smith continues to warm and throw hard in the bullpen.
The Cobras in the top half of the second inning. First base.
Isaac Harrell allowed 2 runs in the first. And here's Sam Bunnett, the first baseman, to lead off for the Cobras. Left-handed batter, open stance. They play him a couple of steps towards right center. Bunnett had 2 hits in the opening game against the Stockman's Irish, and he takes ball 1 from Scoro. 20 pitches in the first inning, 13 strikes for the left-hander, and here he comes, 1-0. That is inside. 2-0. Scoro looks in. Gets the sign, and here's the pitch. Swung on, and that is laced to left center field. Rutledge on his horse. Dives, and he can't make the play. And heading into second base is Bunnett, and the tag is not in time. And it's a double for Sam Bunnett to lead off the second inning.
Shortstop now, number 9, Matt Ink.
So here's Ink, the shortstop. It's a double for Bunnett. Second hit for the Cobras. Ink batted second in the first game and wore a size 5 collar. Going to snap out of that here. And a opportunity to drive in a tying run. Here's the pitch. Squares the bunt. Drags it down the first base side. Well done. Scaro picks it up. Guns to first and gets him. Good execution there on everyone's part. Ink laid down a very nice drag bunt, and Scaro made a nice play to get him at first base.
Second baseman now, number 19, Andrew Ink.
Sacrifice for Ink. Bunnett takes third, and here's Andrew Ink. Second baseman, the other half of the Keystone combination for this Cobras team. Andrew had 2 at-bats in the first game, bounced into a double play and struck out. Tying run at third with 1 out here in the second inning. Scoro works. Strike called. Cole Easley, the right fielder, is on deck for the Cobras. Smith has stopped warming in the Cobras bullpen. Now the pitch. There's a breaking ball in there on the inside corner. It's 0-2 to Ink. Steps out for a practice swing. Now here's the pitch. Swing and a miss late on the fastball, and Scoro picks up his 4th strikeout.
Right fielder now, number 23, Cole Easley.
And here's Easley with 2 outs and Bunnett at third base. So Scoro has struck out 4 of the 5 outs he's gotten so far, and the number 9 man at the plate. Easley last time had only 1 plate appearance. Hit by a pitch, walked twice, and struck out. So he was 0 for 1, and he takes strike 1 from Scoro. Now the 0-1. Fastball late on that one, and he's got 2 strikes on Easley. Bunnett on third base after a leadoff double. Now the pitch, 1-2. He got him with a beautiful bender on the inside corner. Backwards K, 5 strikeouts for Scoro through 2 innings, and the Cobras waste a leadoff double. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. Inning and a half. It's 2-1 Millers here on Prep Spotlight TV. Bottom of the second inning, and it's 7-8-9 due up against Isaac Harrell. He's had a chance to reset himself a little bit after a bit of a rocky first inning. Bullpen up early for the Cobras. Davis continuing to throw down the third baseline, and here's Ryan Poppets, who had 2 hits in the semifinal before being taken out of the game and rested for this final.
Third baseman number 34, Ryan Poppets.
Miller's wearing the white uniforms. It certainly helps today. Now the sun getting a little bit lower in the sky, though, and that's going to help things. So we are running behind schedule in these games. Just first 2 games ran been so long. Both close to 3 hours, pitched low and away to Poppets. And the temperatures dropped all the way down to 88. I'm excited. Here's the pitch. 1-0 to Poppets. That's low and in. 2 balls and no strikes. Wandersea is on deck, and Ben Stoller will follow. Hero ready? Here he comes. Breaking ball is over for a strike. 2-1. Both of these pitchers with good breaking balls. We've seen Scoro throw it for strikes, and now we've seen Harrell do the same. Here's the pitch. 2-1. A 12-6 curveball there, and it's a little bit high. 3-1. Pitch dropped. A little overhand curveball there, and now it's 3 balls and a strike to Poppets. Fastball is hit in the air. Down the third base side, it'll get out of play. And the count is full to Ryan Poppets. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Is the leadoff batter in the Millers' second inning. They lead 2-1 here in the Class A championship game in Minnesota Amateur Baseball. Class A, the ring suburbs in the Twin Cities inside the 494-694 loop. There's 33 of those teams. And the last 2 playing for all the marbles here as Poppets calls time to wipe his face before he faces a 3-2 pitch from Isaac Harrell. Here's the pitch. Fastball. And that's grounded foul, and that third base coach Skip Rope down there. Count holds. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Harrell looks in. And here comes the payoff. Breaking ball is inside for ball 4, and Poppets draws a leadoff walk.
Shortstop now, number 6.
First walk issued by Isaac Harrell, and here's Wandersea. And Jared Wandersea in the last game, 2 for 5, singled and doubled, scored a run. Coming around to the bat a little bit, and now he's got a leadoff base runner. Poppets takes his lead. Harrell looks in and works. Fastball hit high in the air to right center field. Going back on it is Easley. Still going. Gone! A home run! A 2-run homer for Jared Wandersea. And the Millers lead it 4-1. And we're going to get a timeout here as we're going to get a call to the bullpen. And we'll have a pitching change here in St. Anthony Village. 4-1 Millers. Back with more right after this.
What's special about high school sports? The passion. The excitement. The memories.
Down on 3 at the buzzer. Good! It's good! Du Bois wins it for the Rebels.
It's about impacting your community. Connecting your business to this audience. This is where your customers live, where they shop. This is their circle of life. This is where your business should be. Connect with your best potential customers. This is your invitation. Get in the game.
Danny Smith warming up for the second time today. He came on in relief in the first game against Stockman's Irish in relief of starter Matt Jamar, and he went 2 2/3 innings in relief. Allowed 1 run, 4 hits, 52 pitches, 29 strikes earlier today. No strikeouts or walks, but here his mission is simple: shut down this Minnetonka offense, which is off to a 4-1 lead in the second inning of the championship game. Had lots of fresh arms on this Cobras team. They used 4 pitchers in that first game against Stockman's Irish. Minnetonka used 4 in its win over Highland Park. Brandon Broxy started, went 5 1/3 innings and picked up the win. Nate Schumacher, Tyson Strateski, and Alex Twangy also pitching, but for Minneapolis in the first game, it was Grimar starting, Smith, Mitch Waletsky, and Jack Hogan, who's playing left field in this second game, pitched the final inning. So they also used 4 pitchers. Now Smith finishes his warm-up tosses, and the first man he will face is the number 9 man in the order, Ben Stoller. Stoller singled and scored and then struck out before being lifted for a series of pinch hitters and rested for the second game. And you look at someone like Jeff Miller, who has gone the distance here for the Cobras this afternoon. That has got to take an incredible amount out of you to be catching that much baseball. First pitch is outside to Stoller, 1 ball and no strikes. Catch 9 innings in the morning, turn around and do it again in the afternoon on a 90-degree day. Stoller's outside 2-0, but you know, it hasn't bothered him. He's at the plate. He has been very good. 2-0 to Stoller. Here's the pitch. Lifted foul on the first base side, out of play. Home runs in each of the first 2 innings for the Millers. Mike Davis in the first, Jared Wandersee in the second, and it's a 4-1 lead for Minnetonka here in the early going of the title tilt. Smith ready, and here comes the pitch. Swung on, and that's lifted foul. Count evens at 2-2. Top of the order on deck, and Blaine Rutledge. Not much wind here, so the balls that are getting over the fence are legit. Big bender, and he caught him looking. Great breaking ball by Danny Smith. His first strikeout, and it flips the order. Here's Blaine Rutledge. He struck out looking in the first inning. He's none too pleased about it, but it goes in the book as a strikeout anyway. And 1 down here in the second, but 2 already in for the Millers. Smith works. Strike called. 36 pitches and 20 strikes for Isaac Harrell. 1+ inning, 4 earned runs, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, 2 home runs allowed, and 1 balk. Davis on the corner, and it's 0-2. Cobras are going to have to piece together pitching here again in the second game as they did in the first game when they used 4. But into the bullpen here in the bottom of the second inning. Smith ready, and here he comes. Just off the plate, 1-2 to Rutledge. Left-handed batter in open stance. They've got him played around to pull in the outfield. Big breaking ball just off the plate, and Smith wanted that call and didn't get it. 2-2. Now Smith looks in. Has the sign, and here's the pitch to Rutledge. Swung on and popped up on the infield on the left side. Matt Enck going out into short left, and now will give way to Hogan, the left fielder, who will make the catch to retire Rutledge.
First baseman.
F7 the play, and here's Abalera, the first baseman, singled in the first inning and scored ahead of the home run by Davis. So he's 1 for 1. Schallenberger moves to the on-deck circle if the first baseman can reach and prolong the inning. Pitch by Smith. Fastball up. 1 ball and no strikes. Right-hander ready to go. Rocks and fires. Breaking ball is inside. 2 balls and no strikes to Joe Abalera. Two Cobras standing down in the bullpen area, nobody throwing, so here's the pitch, and that is rolled towards short. Matt Ink has time and guns him out to end the inning. 6-3 of the play, but Minnetonka scores 2 more runs on 1 hit. No errors, nobody left, 2 in the books, and the Millers lead it 4-1 here on Prep Spotlight TV. Top of the third for the Cobras. Tom Scoro on the mound. The left-hander staked to a 4-1 lead early. And he'll face the top of the Cobras order. Just to say Schmal, Reinhardt, and Borman. They'll throw it down to second base, and here comes the leadoff hitter, Brandon Schmal. Walked in the first inning, stole second, and scored on Miller's single, the only run for the Cobras to this point. 1 run, 2 hits for the Cobras, 4 runs, 4 hits for the Millers.
Brandon Schmal.
Through 2 innings. Schmal ready to go. Taps his toes once with the bat. Score already, and here's his pitch. Fastball on the corner, strike 1. 30 pitches through 2 innings for Scoro, 21 strikes. Schmal stands in, down on the count. Here's the 0-1. Fastball, actually a breaking ball that tails away, 1-1. A little slider, which is going to break away from the left-handed batter. Here's the pitch, and that's down low, 2-1. Scoro has struck out 5 already. His first trip through the order, and has walked 1. That being Schmal. Here's the 2-1. That's inside, 3-1. Schmal would certainly take the base if it was offered to him here, as the Cobras need base runners. Now the 3-1 from Scoro is over for strike 2, and the string is out. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Mason Reinhardt on deck. Sean Borman will follow. Here in the 3rd inning of a 4-1 game. Scoro ready, and here's the payoff. Ooh, didn't miss by much. It was off the plate, and a great take by Schmal, and he walks for the 2nd time.
Designated hitter now number 2.
And here's Reinhardt, struck out swinging his first time up. Reinhardt, a patient hitter with some pop as well. Usually bats 4th in this lineup. Moved himself up to number 2. Schmal will get a good lead from first base again like he did last time. Scoro looks at him and now comes to the plate, and he is a little bit high to Reinhardt. 1 ball and no strikes. Borman on deck. Now the 1-0. Step off, and they got him picked. No, and the throw goes over the head of the first baseman, Abalera. The runner breaks, and they got a play on him, and the throw down is not in time. Should be an error on the first baseman, Abalera, who misplayed the throw over from Scoro. They don't have an error on the board yet, but there needs to be one there. If it was a break for second base, then you could score a stolen base. which if there's no error is the only thing you can do in this situation. 1-0 to Reinhardt. Pitch. Swung on and rolled foul. Past third, 1 ball and 1 strike. There's no error on the board, so that's what you would score. It would be a stolen base for Schmall. He broke for second. They tried to pick him up, but then the throw was misplayed by Abalera. 1-1 to Reinhardt. Here's the pitch. Swung on, and that's fouled away down the right field side, so he's used the whole field here. 1 ball and 2 strikes, and he just needs to put it between the white lines and put it in play. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Mason Reinhardt. Runner at second base and nobody out. Schmall with a pretty good lead at second base as well. Now Scoro sets and works. Just off the plate with a breaking ball, 2-2. Cobras batting in the third. And again, take it in bite-sized pieces here. We know they can score runs. Score already. And here's the pitch. Breaking pitch is outside, and it's 3-2 to Mason Reinhardt with Borman on deck. Right-handed batter Reinhardt is right foot just in front of the back line in the batter's box. A little bit of an open stance. They haven't played around the right center against Scoro, and here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Reinhardt a strikeout victim for the second time. 6th strikeout for Scoro, and here's Borman. He was caught looking last time.
Third baseman, number 44, Sean Borman.
So, Borman 0 for 1. They're in the title game. Schmall at second base and 1 out. Now Scoro looks in, and here's the pitch. Breaking ball. Swung and missed for strike 1 by Sean Borman. Miller on deck, and they'd love to get him to the plate with a runner in scoring position, as hot as he's been. Here's the 0-1. On the corner. 0-2 with a slider, and he's finding that corner, shaving it on the front edge of the strike zone. 0-2 to Borman. Fastball is hit high and deep to right field. Schallenberger goes back, and he'll watch it leave. It's a 2-run homer for Sean Borman, and the Cobras are within 4-3. Schmall scores ahead, and it's a 1-run game. So Miller will have to settle for bases empty here with 2 outs in the third.
Catcher now for the Cobras, number 12, Jeff Miller.
Now score already, and here's the pitch. Fastball is right through there for a strike. 0-1. Hogan is on deck now. Cobras with 3 runs on 3 hits now. And the pitch. Half swing. Did he go? He did. Plate umpire called it 2 strikes. Now score already. 0-2 to the Cobras catcher. And now time called by the batter. Now score out of the belt. And the 0-2. Fastball is in the dirt. 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Scoro works. Swung on and grounded right back past the mound. Wandersee to his left has it, and he throws on to first base to retire. Miller on the side here in the 3rd inning, but they creep closer to the Cobras. Excuse me, that's 2 outs.
Left fielder number 5.
Wake up, Jeffrey.
Jack Hogan.
Hogan at the plate. 2 down and Hogan. I do beg your pardon. Hogan struck out looking his first time up. Now the pitch. Low and in with a fastball. Made him step over it. 1 ball and no strikes. A pretty good crowd here for this title game, including a number beyond the center field fence out in Palm's porch out in right field. Starting to get a little bit of a breeze, which is welcome. 1-0. And that's hit in the air to right field. Pretty well hit. Rutledge and Schellenberger going back for it, and that is off the fence. And Hogan rounds first, and he will make second standing. A 2-out double for Jack Hogan.
First baseman,
he's 1 for 2, and it'll bring up Bunnett, the first baseman. He doubled his first time up. Scoro has struck out 6. Has given up 4 hits, including a home run and a double in this inning. Actually, the hits he's allowed, 3 of them have been extra bases. We're going to get some activity down in the Minnetonka bullpen now. Bunnett, the left-handed batter. Here's the pitch. There's a strike called. Nothing in 1 to the Cobras' first baseman. Now score already, and he works 0-1, and that's hit in the air to left field. Davis going back on it, has room, and he makes the catch in front of the track, and that retires the side in the 3rd inning. But the Cobras score 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and they leave 1. 2.5. It's 4-3 Millers here on Prep Spotlight TV.
Get a snack while you can.
Last of the 3rd, 3, 4, and 5 coming up against Danny Smith, the second pitcher for the Cobras in this game. It's a 1-run game. And we'll get word on the pitcher down there in the bullpen as soon as we have it. As Danny Smith starts his first full inning of work.
Leading off for the Millers.
13 pitches to get off the field in the second inning.
42,
7 strikes, and here's Schellenberger. Flew out to right his first time up. He's 0 for 1, the defending champions. Strike back with 2 in the 3rd. Challengers still lead by 1. Smith ready, and here's his pitch. A little bit low, 1 ball and no strikes to Schellenberger. Schellenberger, Davis, and Hansen do up. The 0-1, he ducks underneath it. And breaking ball, and somehow that didn't hit him. And Schellenberger able to duck out of the way of that one. 2-0. Breaking pitch, and that catches the corner. 2-1. Davis ready, works quickly. 2-1 is off the plate. 3-1 to Schellenberger, who is 0 for 1, as we mentioned. Davis 1 strikeout and no walks here in relief. 2-0. Third. There's a strike called. Scoreboard count is wrong. It's 3-2 to Schellenberger. Looking at the scoreboard, they just got the scoreboard fixed. They did great work on it overnight to repair it. It was damaged in storms about 10 days ago. Works fine now, and here's the payoff pitch. Swung on, and that's hit high in the air to left field. Going back on it is Hogan. Back to the track. He leaps, and it's gone. Third home run of the game for the Millers, and Joe Schallenberger does yard work to make it 5-3. And here's Mike Davis, and he homered last time. The Minnetonka has scored in every inning, and they have reestablished a 2-run lead at 5-3. And here's Davis. Smith ready, and here's the pitch. Fastball is down, 1 ball and no strikes. Jack Hansen on deck, and Trigstad now will bat here in the third inning. Fastball, and Davis looks at strike 1. 1-1. 5 runs, 5 hits for the Millers. 3 runs, 4 hits for the Cobras. No errors for either team. Davis rocks and fires. Breaking ball hit in the dirt to Enck at short. Picks it up, guns to first, and it's in time to get Mike Davis for the first out.
Second baseman now, number 47.
Here's Hansen.
Hansen.
Doubled to center field and was left at third base after a balk in the first inning. 1 out, 1 in for the Millers in the third. Smith ready, and here's his pitch. On the corner with a fastball for strike 1. And there's a pitch down, 1 ball and 1 strike. Sun behind some clouds now, so gives some relief to everybody here. Lights will be on shortly, I imagine. Here's a pitch. And like the Rock of Gibraltar, Hansen takes the inside pitch off the forearm and is aboard. Hit by pitch. And that will give the Millers a runner.
Number 11, Zach Trigstad.
And here is Trigstad. Rolled out to second base his first time up. He's got Hansen at first. 1 out, 1 run in here in the Millers half of the third. Offense has ruled the day in this title game. Here's the pitch. On the corner with a fastball for strike 1. Trigstad, left-handed batter. They're playing him to slightly the opposite field. Center fielder Schmall, a couple steps to the left field side of second base in center field. And there's a floater outside, 1 ball and 1 strike to Trigstad. Ryan Poppett's in the on-deck circle for Minnetonka. Already had 4 home runs hit in this game. 3 by the Millers. Here's the pitch. Another breaking ball floats outside, 2-1. Trigstad now ahead in the count. And Hansen gets his lead at first base. Good, but not excessive. And there's a line drive speared by the first baseman, Bunnett, and he tags the runner, Hansen, for the double play. What a grab. Trigstad hit it right on the screws and lines into a double play, but Minnetonka scores a run in the third inning on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left. We played 3, and the Millers lead 5-3 here on Prep Spotlight TV.
The concession stands are up.
We go to the fourth inning, and the Cobras send the bottom third of the order. The Inks, Matt and Andrew, and Cole Easley against Tom Scorrell. 5-3 Minnetonka. 2-run homer by Borman for the Cobras. Pair of 2-run homers, Mike Davis and Jared Wandersee for the Millers, and a solo home run by Schallenberger. In the home half of the third, there's only been one half inning where there haven't been runs scored, as Cobras were retired in the second inning without scoring, and that's been it. There's been a run in every half.
Starting off for the Cobras,
to this point.
Shortstop number 9, Matt Hank.
And here's Hank. Sacrifice, his first time up, sacrifice bunt, so no plate appearance officially for him. Poppett's playing even with the bag at third base. There's the pitch. Now he's in on the grass as Hank lifts one to left field. Davis over, and he makes the catch. One pitch, one out in the visitors' half of the fourth, and here's Andrew Hank, who struck out swinging his first time up.
Second baseman number 19, Andrew Hank.
Hank 0 for 1, and here is the pitch. Slider over. 0-1. Scorrell looks in, and here is his pitch. Fastball is fouled back to the netting. 2 strikes on Andrew Hank. Scorrell has struck out 6 and walked 2 in 3 1/3 innings of work. He's walked Small both times he's faced him. Now 0-2 to Andrew Hank. Here's a pitch. Fastball got him looking inside corner. Some pretty impressive zip on that. Strikeout number 7 for Scorrell. And here's Easley, who struck out looking his first time up.
Number 23, Cole Easley.
Easley 0 for 1. 2 outs, nobody on here in the visitors' fourth inning. Here's the pitch. And he's up with a fastball. 1 ball and no strikes. Cobras will flip the order and start their third trip through with the next batter to reach the plate. 1-0 to Easley. On the corner. Strike 1-1. Scorrell looking in, and here is his delivery on 1-1. Fastball fouled away at the plate over the netting on the first base side. 1-2. Now Scorrell works. Oh, did he want that pitch? And a great take by Easley. 2-2. And that took nerves of steel to lay off that one, and it was off the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Scorrell works. Fastball is hit on the ground is short. Wandersee has it on the first base in time to retire Easley, and the Cobras in order. In the top of the fourth, 1-2-3-0 across. We go to the last of the fourth. Millers 5, Cobras 3 on Prep Spotlight TV. Home half of the fourth. And the Millers will send 7, 8, and 9 to the plate. Poppett's, Wandersee, and Stoller. will do battle with Danny Smith, who's thrown 29 pitches, 15 for strikes in 2 innings of relief. The starter, Isaac Harrell, went 1+, allowed 4 runs, including a pair of 2-run homers, and received the early hook. Smith has allowed 1 run in 2 innings. The Millers have had the long ball on speed dial through the first 3 innings. They've homered in each inning and have a 5-3 advantage. Poppets will lead off. He walked and scored ahead of Wandersee's home run in the second inning.
Leading off for the Millers in the bottom half of the 4th inning, third baseman number 34, Ryan Poppets.
Trophy presentation after the game, which we'll stick around for. But you see the winning team claim the hardware. Here's the pitch. Swung on, and that is hit deep to left field. Hogan started in, but he's got some room in front of the track, and he makes the catch. Poppich flies out to left for the first out of the 4th inning.
Shortstop now number 6.
And here's Wandersee.
Wandersee.
He homered to right. Right center, actually. His first time up is over the 365 sign. So Wandersee 1 for 1 with a 2-run homer. They play George Harrison. Here comes the sun, and the sun's been the problem today. Here's the pitch. Strike call to Wandersee, 0-1. Just finally behind some clouds and giving us a little bit of relief here. 1 strike. Big bender, and that is on the corner, 0-2. Just shaved the front edge of the plate, and that's just as much a strike as any other part. 2 strikes to Wandersee. Smith, fastball low, 1-2. Wandersee with a good take there. Ben Stoller, the catcher, is on deck. Pitch from Smith. Breaking ball away, 2-2. Now Smith ready. Here he comes, 2-2. Fastball is hit on the ground is short. Matt Enck to his right, scoops it, off balance throw to first base, and he gets his man. Wandersee is retired, 6-3. The second out in the 4th, and here's Stoller, struck out looking in the second inning, 0 for 1.
Catcher now for the Millers, number 1, Ben Stoller.
Miller's trying to score for the 4th straight inning here, but they're going to have to come up with something with 2 outs. Here's a pitch, and that is hit in the air to right center field. Long run for Schmal and for Easley. It's going to split the outfielders and go to the fence. And Stoller will cruise into second base standing with a 2-out double. And that is hit number 6 for the Millers.
Top of the order now,
and a 2-out base runner, and here's Rutledge.
15, Blaine Rutledge.
Rutledge struck out looking in the first and flew to left in the second. Smith works, and that is hit on the ground to the right side, and it gets past the diving Bunnett, and rounding third is Stoller, and he will score standing up, and the Millers come up with some 2-out work, and they expand their lead to 6-3 on a base hit by Blaine Rutledge.
First baseman number 40, Joe Abalera.
And here's Abalera, first baseman. He reached on an infield single in the first inning and scored ahead of Davis's home run and bounced to short, so he's 1 for 2. And a pitch is fouled out of play. Miller goes over for a look. He has no play, 1 strike. Schallenberger on deck, but the Millers still have scored in every inning. 2 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third, 1 here in the 4th. 6 runs on 6 hits. Comes the 0-1. Fastball inside, 1 ball and 1 strike. And again, there's activity in the Cobras bullpen. Breaking pitch floats outside. And that's Mitch Waletsky, who also pitched in the first game and has got a fastball that's pretty impressive. It's 2 balls and a strike to Abalera. There's a pitch. That's off the plate. Actually, he thought it was ball 4. It was only ball 3. So he has to. Usually that's a mistake only I make. And now out to the mound will come the player manager, Mason Reinhardt, and we'll see what he does here. 3 balls and a strike to Abalera. Can't ask a whole lot more out of Danny Smith than he's given today. Threw over 50 pitches in relief in the first game on a 90-degree day and has come in and has thrown over 40 pitches in relief in the title game. It's the middle of an at-bat, so you won't see many pitching changes in mid-at-bats. It's not unheard of, but it's rare. 3-1 to Abalera. 2 gone here in the 4th. Here's the pitch. Swung on and fouled off his foot, and that hurt. Count is full, and Abalera will walk that one off. His foot feels good enough for him to hit it with a bat, so it can't be that bad. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Payoff pitch coming here to Abalera. Here it comes. Fastball low. He walked him. So Abalera aboard with a 2-out walk. Rutledge to second base. And it brings up Schallenberger, who homered his last time up, and now the second trip coming, and that'll be all for Danny Smith. Pitching change here in St. Anthony Village. Back with more right after this.
What's special about high school sports? The passion. The excitement. The memories.
Down on 3 at the buzzer. Good! It's good! Du Bois wins it for the Rebels.
It's about impacting your community. Connecting your business to this audience. This is where your customers live, where they shop. This is their circle of life. This is where your business should be. Connect with your best potential customers. This is your invitation. Get in the game.
Pitching change for Minneapolis. Mitch Waletsky now in the game, number 20. He also pitched in the first game. Book on Danny Smith so far, 2 2/3 innings. 2 runs so far, and is responsible for both runners on base now. 1 walk, 1 strikeout, 43 pitches, 23 strikes. And 1 hit batsman. So for the day, Danny Smith throws 95 pitches. And pitches 5 1/3 innings of relief. Tough day to do that. And here's Mitch Waletsky. And he also worked in the first game against Stockman's Irish. And Waletsky threw 43 pitches, struck out 4. and allowed 1 run.
On the mound now for the Cobras, number
and 2
20,
hits in his first appearance. Millers lead 6-3 in the bottom of the 4th inning. And here's Schallenberger.
Number 42, Joe Schallenberger.
1 for 2, homered his last time up. So Waletsky throws hard. And Schallenberger looks at a blazer over for strike 1. Waletsky ahead in the count. 0-1. Checks the runners and deals. Swung on and hit high and foul down the first base line. That's going to get out of play. 0-2 to Schallenberger. Davis is on deck if Schallenberger can reach. The Millers have scored in every inning so far. Oh, Waletsky ready. And here he comes. Ooh, and he sails one up high. Schallenberger gives the "are you kidding me" look to the home plate umpire. And Miller saved that pitch from going back to the screen. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Checks the runners and works 1-2. Swung on and popped up, and that is a foul ball behind the plate. Miller back for a look and runs out of room. Not a lot of foul ground room behind the plate here at Palm Field. It's pretty tight in terms of foul territory, so the ball, not a lot of distance between the plate and the backstop either. So we have seen a number of plays where we've had pitches carry them off the backstop to catchers and prevent runners from advancing. 1-2. Off the plate. That does get away. And nobody's moving there. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Schallenberger. Miller's on top 6-3 here in the 4th inning. Cobras led 1-0 in the first, but the lead did not last beyond the bottom of the inning. Minnetonka's led since. 2-2. Fastball swing and a miss by Schallenberger. Struck him out. First strikeout for Waletsky. Strikes in the inning. But the Millers score again. 1 run. 2 hits, no errors, and they leave 1. We played 4. Millers up 6-3 here on Prep Spotlight TV. There we go, top of the 5th inning. PA system playing Confidence Man, Catch My Breath, Let Me Catch My Breath. And it'd be nice if that could happen here in this title game. It's been played at a pretty high pace here. Six runs, 6 hits, no errors for the Millers. 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Cobras, who will send the top of the order to the plate. And here is Tom Scoro, starting his 5th inning, 62 pitches, 42 strikes, and he'll start with Schmal, who he's walked twice. Schmal has scored 2 of the 3 Cobras runs. No official plate appearances yet, 2 stolen bases, and here's the pitch. Scoro starts him with a fastball in the inner half for strike 1. Reinhardt next and Borman to follow. Cobras need runs, trailing by 3, the defending champions. Minnetonka Millers trying to dethrone them, obviously, and there's a sweeping breaking ball, low and away, 1-1. Schmal standing in. Scar already, and here's the 1-1. That didn't miss by much. Fastball, and Scoro kind of stood there, and Solar sort of held the ball there, and the umpire wasn't buying it. 2-1. Now Scoro ready, and here he works again. Same spot, and it's ball 3. Scoro with 7 strikeouts in 4 innings of work. Now ready, the left-hander works 3-1. There's a strike, 3-2. String is out on Schmall, as it was the last time he was up. Here's Scoro, 3-2. On the corner, got him looking, and Schmall knew it.
Designated hitter number 2.
8th strikeout for Scoro, and here's Reinhardt, who struck out swinging his first 2 times up in the first and the third. Scoro ready, and here he comes. Fastball is in the dirt, 1 ball and no strikes. Sean Borman on deck. He of the 2-run homer last time he was up. He turned Scoro around pretty quickly there and homered to right field. 1-0 to Reinhardt. Fastball, and that chased him back. 2 strikes. Reinhardt ahead in the count for the first time against Scoro. Now the 2-0. There's a strike called and a fastball right over the heart of the plate. 2-1. Mason Reinhardt, 2 hits in the first game, including a home run. Actually, 3 hits, home run, single, and double. Here's the pitch, swung on, and that's grounded foul down the third base line. It's 2-2. Missed the cycle by only the triple, which admittedly is the hardest one to get, but still, single, double, home run is a pretty fair day at the office, and was one reason why the Cobras beat Stockman's Irish 7-3 in the semifinals. 2-2 to Reinhardt. Now the pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him for the 3rd time. They're going to have to throw him out this time. And on a first base, a little bit of an adventure as Stoller makes Avalera one-hop him.
Number 44, Sean Borman.
Strikeout number 9 for Scoro, and here's Borman. Struck out looking in the first, homer to right in the third. Scoro has been around the plate the whole day. 62 pitches, 42 strikes through 4 innings. Now the pitch. There's that slider, and that is called a strike on the outside corner to Borman. 0-1. Jeff Miller on deck. Scoro works 0-1. There's that big bender again, and that one had to have been called inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. It was not called a strike, which is all that matters. 1 ball and 1 strike to Borman. There's the same breaking ball, and that one had to have been high. 2-1. It's a pitch that Scoro both wants and needs. Get that slider to the left-handed batter. And here's the pitch, swung on, and that's sliced foul on the third base side out of play. 2-2. Not afraid to throw the slider at any time in the count or to either part of the plate. And here is the 2-2 delivery. There it is, and he hits it in the air to left field. Pretty well hit. Davis going after it. Rutledge going after it. It's off the fence. And it's going to be a double for Borman, who has homered and doubled here in this championship game. And a 2-out runner for the Cobras, and here's
the
Miller.
Catcher now for the Cobras, number 12, Jeff
Miller is 1 for 2. Drove in Schmall in the first inning with a single, and then bounced out to short in the third. He is 1 for 2. Harry Belafonte serenading the crowd here. And here's the pitch. A little bit up to Miller. 1 ball and no strikes. Still putting some pretty good snap on that fastball. Scoro is. Behind Miller, 1 ball and no strikes. Here's the pitch. That's a perfectly placed fastball on the outside corner for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, and Borman at second base for the Cobras. Going to stay within shouting distance of the Minnetonka Millers. Scoro delivers, and there's that slider, and there's a strike called. 1-2. Jack Hogan on deck. For the Cobras, open stance at the plate for Miller. Despite that, they're still playing him the opposite way in the outfield. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ooh. A little bit inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now Scoro looks in. 2-2 coming. Oh, breaking ball a little bit low, and the string is out. 3-2 on Miller.
Shake your meat.
3 balls and 2 strikes to Jeff Miller. Here's the payoff. Miller swings and fouls it away down the first base side out of play. Count will ride. 3-2. Miller's holding a 6-3 lead. Now Scoro comes set. Here's a 3-2. Swung on, and that's rolled to the right side. Hansen to his left has it and throws on to first to retire Miller. And the side in the 5th inning. And the Cobras come up dry. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. They leave 1. 4.5. It's 6-3 Minnetonka here on Prep Spotlight.
Very good at it.
6-3 here in the 5th inning as we're back to live action at Palm Field. 4, 5, 6 coming up for the Millers. Davis, Hansen, and Trigstad are due up against Mitch Waletsky, who's the 3rd pitcher for the Cobras. Tom Scoro, the starter, still in the game for Minnetonka. Isaac Harrell, the starter for the Cobras, went 1 inning and allowed 4 runs, a couple of 2-run homers. Gave way to Danny Smith. Book on him, 2 2/3 innings, 2 earned runs, 2 hits, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, and Waletsky got the last out in the 4th.
Leading off for the Millers in the bottom half of the 5th inning, left fielder number 28, Mike Davis.
And here's Davis to lead off. 2-run homer in the 1st, grounded to short in the 3rd. He is 1 for 2. Waletsky ready, and here he comes. Fastball is low to Mike Davis. 1 ball and no strikes. Again, 4, 5, 6. Davis, Hansen, and Trigstad due up here in the home half of the 5th. Here's the pitch. And Davis clears his hands, and the ball comes inside. 2 balls and no strikes. 2 in the 1st, 2 in the 2nd, 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th for the Millers. 1 in the 1st and 2 runs in the 3rd inning for the Cobras in response. And here's the pitch. Swung on, and that is hit in the air to center field. Long run for Schmall. He dives. He somersaults. And he caught it. What a grab. That is a tremendous play at center field by Schmall. That's a web gem. And my suggestion,
Following the routine
Amy Fostad, if you're watching this, is I would
second baseman number 47.
at ESPN with that one. That is a tremendous defensive play by center fielder Brandon Schmall. And Hansen fouls that one away. What a grab by Schmall. Here is the pitch. Swung on, and that's grounded into the hole. Matt Enck to his right has it. Long throw in time to retire Hansen. Second out of the inning.
Designated hitter now number 11, Zach Truckstad.
Now Schmall has had himself a game. Couple of walks, scored a run for his team, and has just made the defensive play of the tournament in center field. 2 outs for Trigstad, who's 0 for 2. And he pops one right up the chute on the left side. Enck goes back for it. Coming in is Hogan, the left fielder, and he makes the catch. Trigstad is retired, and the Cobras get off the field in only 6 pitches in the 5th inning. 1-2-3-0 across. 5 in the books. Millers lead at 6-3 here in Prep Spotlight TV. We go on to the 6th inning as the Motor City Madman, Ted Nugent, brings us into the 6th inning. Cat scratch fever. 6-3 here, the Millers over the Cobras. And Tom Scoro continues to work. 85 pitches, 55 strikes, and he will face 5, 6, 7 in the order. Here is Hogan to lead off. He is 1 for 2, and he swings and misses at a fastball from Scoro for strike 1. Caught looking in the 1st inning, doubled to right field in the 3rd. Now the 0-1, and he had to step over the pitch in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike. Bunnett and Matt Enck due up here in the 6th for the Cobras. Now the 1-1. A beautiful breaking ball in the inside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That slider will tail inward to the right-handed hitter. And when he's low in the inside corner, that pitch is extremely difficult to deal with. 1-2 to Hogan. There it is again, but this time he hangs it outside. 2-2. Scoro with 9 strikeouts and 2 walks. And we are getting some work in the Minnetonka bullpen behind him. It's a long day here. Scoro works, and he is down low, and the string is out on Hogan. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 6-3 in the 6th. Three balls, 2 strikes to Hogan. Here's a pitch. And that is beaten foul by third base. David Cushing, 39, heading to the dugout. Count rides 3 balls, 2 strikes to Jack Hogan, the leadoff man on the Cobras' 6th. Now the 3-2 delivery. Upstairs, he walked him. Third walk issued by Scoro. And it'll bring up Sam Bunnett, the first baseman, double to left center in the second inning, flew to left in the third.
First baseman now, number 21, Sam Bunnett.
Bunnett 1 for 2, and Hogan, the leadoff base runner here in the Cobras' 6th. Score already. Here's the pitch. Half swing cost him, but it wouldn't have mattered because the pitch was on the corner for strike 1 anyway. To Bunnett, a lovely slider. Now that's again with the lefty. That'll break down and away. Open stance for Bunnett. Here's the pitch. And that is fouled away on the third base side, out of play. 0-2. There's a swing and a miss. And Bunnett is retired on 3 straight.
Shortstop now, number 9, Matt Ink.
10th strikeout for Scoro, and here's Matt Ink, who is 0 for 1 officially. Sacrifice bunt in the second inning, and he flew to left in the 4th. Hogan at first base. Scoro's done yeoman work out there today. Here's the pitch. Slider on the outside corner, 0-1. 10 strikeouts, 3 walks for Scoro in his 6th year with this Millers team. Gets the ball in the biggest game of the season and has done very well for himself against the champions. 0-1. Swing and a miss late on the fastball, and Ink is down 0-2. Andrew Ink on deck. No balls, 2 strikes here in the 6th inning. 1 gone. Score already. And that is sliced into left center field for a base hit for Matt Ink. Hogan will stop at second, then it will bring the tying run to the plate in Andrew Ink. 6th hit for the Cobras. And they're going to get a hitter.
Gabe McDonald.
And the pinch hitter now for Andrew Ink is number 25, Gabe McDonald. McDonald was the starter in left field and was 0 for 2 in the game against the Irish, but walked twice. Scoro starts him with a fastball on the inside corner for strike 1. Andrew Ink struck out swinging and struck out looking. Presumably would re-enter the game at second base. He's an important part of the defense for this Cobras team, but McDonald will hit for him here. 0-1. Swing and a miss. Lead on the fastball, 0-2. I would say he's coming off the bench cold, but no one's cold here, so I say to come in and face that fastball fresh off the bench is somewhat daunting. Scoro ahead, no balls, 2 strikes. Now he'll step off. And it'll force Matt Ink to look a little bit closer. At first base, Bunnett at second. Hogan at second. Here's the 0-2. Breaking pitch got him looking. What an effort there by Scoro. 2 strikeouts in the 6th inning, 11 for the game for Tom Scoro. And here's Beasley, the right fielder. He is 0 for 2, struck out looking in the third. And grounded out to short. Actually, he struck out in the second inning. And grounded to short in the fourth. He's 0 for 2. 2 on, 2 out in the sixth. And Scoro 1 out away from getting his team off the field, but easily the tying run. Here's the pitch. That is just off the plate. 1 ball and no strikes, and you saw Stoller, the catcher, pulling it back, trying to frame it with the umpire. Nothing doing. 1 ball, no strikes. Now Scoro sets and works. Swung on, and that's hit in the air to right field. Coming on is Schallenberger coming on, and it's going to play it on a hop. And around third is Hogan, comes to the plate, and the tag not in time, and not everybody will move up a base, but Ink will. And Hogan scores on a single to make it 6-4. So easily dumps a single to right field. Scoring Hogan, and advancing Matt Ink to third, and here's Schmall.
Top of the order.
2 walks, 2 runs.
Cobras center fielder number 1.
And the defensive play of the season for the Cobras center fielder. He is now the go-ahead run, the tying run at first base. In the form of Cole Easley, and that's got bullpen activity again for Minnetonka. Strike called on the first pitch. And Adam Gethke is warming up, 29. The bullpen. 0-1 to Schmall. 4 runs, 7 hits now for the Cobras. Score already, and here's his pitch. In the dirt, and a stop there by Stoller. 1-1. Reinhardt is on deck if Schmall is able to keep the inning going. Score already, 1-1. On the corner, 1-2 to Brandon Schmall, who has walked twice and struck out once. Both times he's been on base, he's scored. I wonder how much longer Scoro will stay in. He has been very good against a very fine hitting Cobras team. He has got Schmall 1-2. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. Strike 3 called on the outside corner, and he caught Schmall looking. Scoro strikes out the side for the second time in the game. He's got 12 on the night. Cobras do score 1 run on 2 hits. No errors, and they leave 2. 5.5. It's 6-4. Millers in the title tilt here on Prep Spotlight TV. Six-4 in the bottom of the 6th inning. The Millers will come to the plate, and they'll send the bottom third
leading out for the Millers in the bottom half of the 6th. Third baseman number 34, Ryan Poppets.
And it's Poppets to lead off. Walked and scored in the second, flew to left in the 4th, 0 for 1. And Mitch Waletsky is in for his second full inning of work. He's retired all 4 that he's faced. Here's the pitch. Swung on and hit a long way to left field. And it's hooking, though, and it's foul. Poppets gave that one a ride, but it was foul. Strike 1. Poppets, Wandersea, and Stoller due up. here's the 0-1. Breaking pitch is through there for a strike. 0-2 to Poppets. Hotly contested championship game, if you'll pardon the expression. Time called at the plate. And Waletsky will have to back off as Poppets steps out. 0-2 to the Millers' third baseman. There is the pitch. Swung on and hit in the air to center field. Schmall going after it, and he makes the catch to retire Poppets here in the sixth inning, and it's become fairly apparent in this game is that Brandon Schmall's glove is where fly balls go to die. Here's Jared Wandersee, the shortstop, homered in the second inning and bounced out to short in the fourth. Pitch is a fastball straight up from Waletsky. And 1 ball, no strikes. Stoller on deck. Waletsky ready, and here's his pitch. That's a swing and a miss there by Wandersee. 1-1. We're on the bottom of the sixth inning. 6-4 Minnetonka trying to dethrone the Minneapolis Cobras. And here's the pitch. Breaking ball, and that's in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike, and Miller kind of had a wave at it, but that caught him, I think. Jeff Miller has caught every pitch today for the Cobras. A lot of work on a very hot day. Here's the pitch from Wandersee. Swung on and rolled to third base. And it gets past Borman and into left field. It's a base hit for Wandersee, his second in 3 trips. And that'll bring up Stoller, the catcher. Double to right his last time up. Caught looking in the second inning. 1 for 2 with a run scored.
The catcher for the Millers now, number 1, Ben Stoller.
7th hit for... They got more than 7 hits. That's the 8th hit. They haven't put it up on the board yet. Now they're going to throw over to first base, and runner gets back. 8 hits for the Millers. Here's the pitch. And that is inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Getting his lead, Wandersee throws over, and he gets back. And Stoller trying to move the runner up, and here's the pitch. Swung on and popped foul over our heads and out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. Millers on top 6-4 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Wandersee gets his lead. Here's the 1-1. Swung on, and that is hit foul down the first base side. That's going to get out of play, 1-2. 1 down in the 6th.
Good hustle, Blue.
One ball and 2 strikes to Stoller. Here's the pitch, and he looks at strike 3 on the outside corner, and he knew it. Strikeout for Waletsky, and that is his second.
For the Millers, center fielder number 15, Blaine Rutledge.
And here's Rutledge. Singled in a run his last time up in the 4th inning. Also struck out looking and has flown to left, and we're going to get a visit to the mound here by Miller to talk about Rutledge. 2 outs, runner at first base here in the 6th. Now the conference breaks up, and we'll back to live action here as left-handed batter Rutledge steps in. Wandersee at first. Here's the pitch, and a strike called on the outside corner to Rutledge, batting for the 4th time in 6 innings. Waletsky ready, and here's the pitch. That is swung on and lifted foul. On the third base side, out of play, 0-2. Open stance for the left-handed batter, Rutledge. Wandersea leads, 0-2. That is hit high in the air to center field, and Schmall goes back for it. He's got room in front of the track. He makes the catch. And that retires Rutledge on the side in the 6th inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. We played 6, so the Millers lead at 6-4 here on Prep Spotlight TV. Look at the scoreboard here and the totals. Actually, the Millers have 8 hits, not 7. And my scorebook can prove it. 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the Cobras. 6 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Millers. 2, 3, and 4 are due up here in the 7th inning. Reinhardt, Borman, and Miller will face Tom Scoro, who's up over 100 pitches now. 107 pitches, 71 strikes. Not afraid to let it all hang out in the title game. Heading down to the bullpen, Alex Twangy for Minnetonka. He pitched the 9th inning in the first game. 107 pitches, 71 strikes
Mason Reinhardt
for the left-hander Tom Scoro, who struck out 12 and walked 3. And now here's Reinhardt, who he's gotten 3 times on strikes, swinging each time. Starts him with a breaking ball in the inside corner for strike 1. The Cobras player manager moving up 2 spots in the order from the semifinals, and here is the 0-1 delivery from Scoro. Fastball late, and he fouls it into the netting on the first base side. He's behind 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes to Mason Reinhardt. And here's the delivery. Fastball a little bit down. 1 ball and 2 strikes. He tried to get Reinhardt to fish low, and he wouldn't bite. 1-2. Now Scoro ready, and here is his pitch. Breaking pitch, and that one's high. 2-2. Borman and Miller on deck here in the Cobras' 7th inning. Millers lead 6-4, but it's a tenuous lead at best here. Cobras' offensive firepower, we all know about it, and here's the 2-2 delivery. Reinhardt looks at a fastball just off the plate. Good take and a good eye from Reinhardt, and it's 3-2. String is out. And now time called at the plate by the batter. Reinhardt wipes his face and now looks in. Score already. 3-2 pitch. Off the plate, he walked him. 4th walk, and that is going to bring a trip to the mound and probably the end of the night for Tom Scoro. But you never know. He's well over 100 pitches. He's at 111. Oh, they're just going to tell him to settle down here as Borman comes to the plate as the tying run. Borman homered to right in the 3rd inning for 2 runs, doubled to left center in the 5th, so he's been a dangerous man at the plate all night long. Left-handed batter against the left-handed pitcher. Two-run game. Scoro has...
Third baseman now, number 44, Sean Borman.
Struck out 12. But the walk to Reinhardt is his 4th of the night. All 3 of the previous men he have walked have come around to score. Reinhardt leads from first. Here's the pitch. Swung on and sliced, fouled on the third base side, out of play. Strike 1 to Borman. Borman ready, score already. 1-1. Just inside the fastball. It's 1-1, and now again we're getting activity in the Minnetonka bullpen. Time it's Gethke again, and Reinhardt leads from first. Pitches inside, it hits him, and Borman is aboard. Got hit with a breaking pitch, and it's going to put runners at first and second with nobody out, and that will be the end of the night for Tom Scoro. Well, he had a nice night for himself, but he's going to leave here with nobody out in the 7th inning. And we'll have a pitching change. We'll check out some highlights from last weekend as we get the new pitcher in the ball game. Back after this.
Now he cracked him hard to left field. A 2-run home run. Dead center field.
And the pitch. Grounded towards the right side and past the diving first baseman. Coming up throwing is the right fielder. There will be a play at the plate, and he is safe. He gets underneath the tag. One in the second, and another one. How about that? The trifecta of home runs as Davis hammers it out.
Ready for the fly ball. Pretty well hit the left field. Bulow going back for it. Still going, and it is off the wall. Or the fence, I should say. Knight around third, throw to the plate, and it would have got him, but Granger could not hang on.
Runner Janke. Here's one hit in the air to left. Carrying deep away back. Miller to the fence. His second home run of the night. A 2-run shot to left.
Six to 4 in the 7th inning. David Cushing is the new pitcher. The right-hander wears number 39. Scoro's line 6+ innings. 4 runs all earned so far, responsible for both runners on base. 7 hits, 12 strikeouts, 4 walks, 116 pitches, and 74 strikes.
The catcher, number 12, Jeff
And
Miller.
he'll start off with Jeff Miller, who is 1 for 3 here in the title game. Singled his first time up and has since bounced to short and bounced to second. Cushing ready. Here he comes. Fastball right through there for a strike. 0-1. Right-hander gets it there quickly. Now he's ready. Here's the pitch. That one gets back to the screen. The runner's trying to move up. Throw to third is high, and everybody's safe. So a wild pitch will move the runners into scoring position, and the Cobras now have the tying run at second base. It's 1-1 to Miller. Cobras, veteran team. They've been here before, and you can see it. A lot of poise. There's a nice breaking ball over. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Miller. Here's the 1-2. Didn't mean to, and just protecting the plate. He fouled it back to the screen. 1-2, trying to protect the plate. So he spoiled a pretty good slider there by Cushing. 1-2. Here's the pitch from Cushing. Fastball is rolled to the right side. And Hansen picks it up and throws him out, but scoring on the play is Reinhardt. And it's 6-5. RBI ground out for Miller. Taking third is Borman.
Left fielder now number 5, Jack Hogan.
And here's Hogan. The left fielder is 1 for 2. Tying run at third base here in the top of the 7th. Pitch from Cushing is hit in the air to right field. Schallenberger drifting over. He makes the catch. Tagging at third is Borman. And the throw is well up the line. It's a tie game. Sacrifice fly for Jack Hogan. Borman scores. The Cobras have 2 in the 7th, and they've tied the game at 6, and that closes the book on Tom Scoro. 6 innings, 6 runs earned, 7 hits, 12 strikeouts, 4 walks. And the Cobras have taken advantage here in the 7th inning. They walk and a hit batsman. All 4 of the players that Tom Scoro walk came around to score. 2 outs and nobody on for Bunnett, who is 1 for 3. He takes a fastball away, 1 ball and no strikes. Cushing ready. And there's a ground ball to the right side by Bunnett. Abalera will take it and flip over to the pitcher covering. 3-1 the play, and that is it in the 7th inning. 2 runs on no hits. No errors and nobody left. Stretch time. A 6-6 tie. Be the losing pitcher for the Cobras if that score had held up, but he's off the hook, and now the pitcher's in the game. Waletsky for the Cobras and Cushing for the Millers are the pitchers of record. 2-3-4, Abalera, Schallenberger, and Davis facing Waletsky. Here's a pitch and a roller towards the middle. Enck to his left has it and guns him out. 6-3 on the first play, first pitch of the 7th inning, and here's Schallenberger. 1 for 3 with a home run in the 3rd inning.
42, Joe Schallenberger.
Now Waletsky ready, and here's a pitch. Low and away to Schallenberger. Waletsky ready, and here he comes. And that is fouled at the plate off the catcher. 1 ball and 1 strike to the Minnetonka right fielder. Davis on deck. He has also homered today. Waletsky, a pitcher that gets it there in a hurry. See if any of these Millers hitters can turn him around. Here's the 1-1. Pop fly on the first base side. That's going to get out of play. 1-2. So Waletsky has thrown only 20 pitches. me, 32 pitches. I double counted once. Now 2-2. Inside, he spun him back. And the count is full on Schallenberger. Fastball up and in, and that's some business there from Woletsky, who gets it there quick. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Schallenberger. Off the plate, he walked him. First walk issued by Woletsky, and now here's Mike Davis.
Fielder number 28, Mike Davis.
And we have relief warming up in the Cobras bullpen. Nate Letmer looks like number 14. And it'll be a visit to the mound here after the 1-out walk. So it was actually 26 pitches and 19 strikes for the reliever, Mitch Woletsky, coming into this inning. To quote Monty Python's Flying Circus, "I've had a long, arduous journey and miscounted." Here's the pitch. Fastball is high to Davis. 1 ball and no strikes. Now Woletsky ready, and here he comes. And that's fouled straight back, 1-1. Two strikeouts and a walk for Woletsky in 2 2/3 innings of relief. And here's his pitch. That's a little bit low with a fastball, and it's 2-1. Jack Hansen waiting on deck. Second baseman here in the bottom of the 7th. A 6-6 tie. Now the pitch. That buzzed the tower, and Davis ducks away from that one. 3 balls and a strike. Three and 1. Pitch to Davis is taken for strike 2. Fastball down the heart. Woletsky hanging in there. Schallenberger, the runner at first base, 1 out, bottom of the 7th. 6-6 the score. Here's the 3-2. Runner goes, pitches outside, ball 4, and he walks Davis. Second walk by Woletsky, and now let me see a pitching change here as Mason Reinhardt asks for time. He's got a reliever warming up down the line.
You're switching.
And they're going to stay with him. First and second, 1 out. So Woletsky still more in the tank.
Jack Hansen.
And here's Hansen. Double to center his first time up, hit by a pitch and grounded out. So he's 1 for 2 officially. Trigstad is on deck as the home team tries to regain the lead that they've held since the first inning. In the bottom half of the frame, here's the pitch. Fastball over for a strike. 0-1. Now Woletsky steps off. And here comes his pitch. Swung on and hit the right center field. It's dying fast. Schmall can't get to that one. And Schallenberger will be waved around third. Here he comes, a throw to the plate. is not in time. He's safe. RBI single for Hansen, and Minnetonka is back in the lead 7-6. Schallenberger got a late start and flew around third base like a freight train and just beat the throw. Davis stopped at second, and there are runners at first and second for Trigstad.
Designated hitter now number 11, Zach Trigstad.
Trigstad is 0 for 3 in this game. Now the pitch. Fastball inside. 1 ball and no strikes. One 1-0 now. Waletsky ready, taking his time. Now fires, and he's upstairs with a fastball. 2-0. Still only 1 out in the bottom of the 7th inning. Runners at first and second. Minnetonka has scored 1 run to take a 7-6 lead. Swung on and hit high in the air on the third base side into short left field. Hogan coming in, Ank going out. The shortstop, Ank, makes the catch. And that is the second out, and it will bring up Ryan Poppets.
Number 34, Ryan Poppets.
Singled and scored in the second inning, flew to left in the 4th, flew to center in the 6th. So he is 0 for 2 with a run scored, but he's got 2 runners on here, and now second trip to the mound, and that will be all for Mitch Waletsky. We have a pitching change, and we'll come back with it right after this.
What's special about high school sports? The passion, the excitement, the memories.
Down on 3 at the buzzer. Good! It's good! Du Bois wins it for the Rebels.
It's about impacting your community, connecting your business to this audience. This is where your customers live, where they shop. This is their circle of life. This is where your business should be. Connect with your best potential customers. This is your invitation. Get in the game.
Derek Mason is the new pitcher, and Mitch Waletsky takes a rest. He's another one that has pitched heroically for these Cobras today. He worked 2 2/3 innings in the first game, works 3 in the second game. 1 run so far. He is responsible for both the runners currently on base. 3 hits, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, 44 pitches, 27 strikes. And the first man he will face in the bottom of the 7th inning is Ryan Poppets.
Derek Mason. And for the Millers, third baseman number 34, Ryan Poppets.
Mason, right-handed pitcher, will work to Poppets. As we've already mentioned, is 0 for 2 with a run scored, but the Millers have regained the lead here in the 7th inning. Here's the pitch. Poppets looks at a breaking ball over for strike 1. Wandersee is on deck. He's had the hot hand tonight if Poppets can prolong the inning. Mason works. A floater inside, 1 ball and 1 strike. And we do have more warming up going on in the Cobras bullpen as there's a foul lifted out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Looks like 24, Will McGrath. It's getting dark down there. It's hard to tell. Here it's a 1-2 count to Ryan Poppets. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball is hit to short. And they go the short way, and the ball is free. Everybody's safe and never stop running around third base. Mike Davis comes in to score to make it 8-6, and he scores from second on a fielder's choice. Never stopped. And an interesting scoring decision there.
Shortstop now, number 6, Jared Wandersee.
There will be no RBI on that play as Millers make it 8-6. Hansen safe at second base. Now the pitch, and that is grounded slowly to third. Berman can't make a play. He overruns the ball. That'll be an infield single for Wandersee. And the bases are loaded here in the bottom of the 7th inning. I'm going to go off the scoreboard here on that play. For Poppets, I'm going to score at a fielder's choice. An assist to the shortstop and an error on the second baseman, Andrew Rank. And there's a broken bat flare to the right side, and the first baseman, Bunnett, makes the catch. And that retires the side.
As we head into the 8th inning, we have a score of the Minnetonka Millers.
Now the Millers scored 2 runs in the 7th inning.
Cobras 6.
On 2 hits, 1 error, 2 runners left on base. After 7, the Cobras lead at 8-6 here on Prep Spotlight TV.
Let's find out who are Class A.
The scoreboard and I have issues as we head to the 8th inning. 8-6 is the score. 8 runs and 10 hits, no errors for the Millers. But I have an error on the board for the Cobras that I think should be there after that play at second base. It was a drop throw at second base that allowed Hansen to reach on the fielder's choice.
For the Cobras, the shortstop, number 9, Matt Inc.
Cobras here in the 8th inning, 7-8-9. Matt Inc. Probably Andrew Inc. We'll see if they hit for him again here as Cushing starts with a fastball away. 1 ball and no strikes. Easily the number 3 man due up. As again the Cobras need 2. They got 2 in the 7th. Here's the pitch. Swung on and popped up on the infield. Wandersee over the shortstop calls and makes the catch. First out in the 8th inning.
With 1 away, number 25.
And Gabe McDonald comes to the plate for the second time. Caught looking in the 6th. Now the pitch from Cushing. Fastball 1 away. 1 ball, no strikes. Cushing coming on in relief in the 7th inning. Got off the field in only 7 pitches. And here's the 1-0, and that is a slider over for a strike. 1-1. Now Cushing works. That's low. 2-1. Ready to go. The right-hander rocks and fires. Swung on and missed by McDonald, and it's 2-2. Cushing ready. Right-hander winds, and here's the 2-2. Fastball got him swinging. Maybe a little bit of tail on that. Could have been a slider, but it doesn't matter. It's a strikeout. It's the first one for Cushing.
Right fielder now.
2 down in the 8th.
Number 23.
And here's Cole Easley. 1 for 3, singled in a run his last time up in the 6th inning. Cushing works, and he's a little bit low with a fastball. 1 ball and no strikes. Top of the order on deck, so they want to win this one. The Millers will need to get through the top part of the Cobras order again. There's a pitch away to Easley. 2 balls and no strikes. 8-6 in the 8th inning. It's been quite a ball game here. The Class A title game. Cushing delivers, and it's fouled out of play by Easley. 2-1. Cushing looks in for the sign. And the 2-1. Breaking ball over. 2-2. 2 gone, nobody on here in the 8th for the Cobras. Here's the pitch. Swung on, and that is fouled to the netting by Easley to stay alive. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch. Got him looking with a breaking ball and struck him out looking. 2 strikeouts for Cushing in the 8th, and the Cobras are turned aside in the top half of the 8th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left. 7.5. 8-6 Millers here on Prep Spotlight TV. Bottom of the 8th inning, we got the defensive changes sorted out here for the Cobras. They're not being communicated in the way the umpire normally would. McDonald is now in left field. A strike called to Blaine Rutledge, who was 1 for 4. McDonald is in left field. Hogan moves from left to right. Easley moves to second base, and there's a fly ball to right. Hogan coming on, has to play it on a bounce. And a base hit for Rutledge to lead off the 8th inning. His second hit. And hit number 11 for
first baseman now, number 40, Joe Abalera.
The Minnetonka Millers. And here's Abalera. 1 for 3. And a good lead for Rutledge at first base. He takes off. And Miller can't handle the ball, and it's a stolen base for Rutledge. Dropped the ball in a transfer, and Rutledge moves up 90 feet. And Derek Mason now has a runner in scoring position to deal with nobody out in the 8th inning. Abalera takes high. 2 balls and no strikes. Now the pitch. Swung on, and that is lined in the left center, a base hit. Watch Rutledge here. Left field overruns the ball, and Rutledge will come around. Runner trying for second base, and he's going to be nailed there. So Abalera is thrown out at second base, but Rutledge scores. And you would have to give an error to McDonald for overrunning the ball on that play, but he then picks up an outfield assist.
Now, number 42, Joe Schallenberger.
Single to left. Rutledge scores. And then he is thrown out 7-4 for the first out of the inning. Second error charge to the Cobras. There's a pitch low and away to Schallenberger, who has scored twice, homered, flown out, and struck out. Now the 1-0 is up. 2 balls and no strikes. There's a Tapper foul. Down third base way, 2 balls and 1 strike. Mike Davis into the on-deck circle. It's a courtesy runner for Davis that scored the last run for or a pinch runner rather. Not a courtesy runner. Here's a fly ball to left field. McDonald going back on it, has it measured, makes the catch. And Schallenberger's retired for the second out on a fly out to left.
Left fielder number 28.
And here's
Mike
Davis.
Davis.
Homered in the first inning. Bounced to short, flew to center, walked and scored. 2 runs scored. He's 1 for 3. And 2 runs batted in. Base is empty, 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Now the pitch. Swung on and lifted foul over the roof on the first base side. 1 strike to Davis. Hansen is on deck. Looking ahead to the Cobras' 9th. It's the top of the order due to the plate. Schmall, Reinhardt, and Borman. 0-1. Break called. 0-2 to Davis. Here's the 0-2 delivery. Swung on and tapped foul at the plate by Davis as Mason. A little something off there. No balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs for the Millers left fielder. Now the pitch. Swung on and lifted into short left. McDonald can't find it. He's lost it in the lights and it drops. And Davis is aboard with a single to left field. And McDonald couldn't find it.
Second baseman number 47, Jack.
And here is Jack Hansen. That's 13 hits now for the Millers. Hansen at the plate. He's got a single and a double. And hit by a pitch on base 3 times out of 4, and he takes ball 1. 2 for 3 officially. Now Mason ready, and here comes the pitch. Swung on, and that's hit towards McDonald in left field. He's heading back on it. Still going, and the ball drops! And Davis will wind up at third base, and in with a double is Hansen. And now 2 runners in scoring position in the 8th inning for Trigstad. Trigstad is 0 for 4. Grounded to second, lined into a double play, flown to left and popped to short. Oh, he's 0 for 4. Now Mason ready, and here's his pitch. Strike called to Trigstad. Minnetonka opened up a 9-6 lead here, and I got to get the score right. Here's the pitch. Low and in. 1-1. Davis at third, Hansen at second. And the 1-1. And that is hit in the air to center field. Schmall heading over for it towards the alley, and he makes the catch. And that retires the Millers in the 8th inning. They score 1 more run on 4 hits. No error, actually 1 error, and they leave 2 on base. We go to the 9th. 9-6 Millers on Prep Spotlight TV. Minnetonka Millers are 3 outs away from claiming the state Class A championship. They have to get the top third of the order to do it. David Cushing starting his third inning of work. There is a relief pitcher warming up behind him in case of trouble. And here's Schmall for the Cobras. Schmall has walked twice, struck out twice, and scored twice. Cushing ready. Fastball, strike one. Reinhardt is on deck, and Borman will follow here in the Cobras' 9th inning. Here's the pitch. Cushing just off the plate with a fastball, 1-1. Now Schmall stands in again. Cushing ready. Here's the 1-1. Fastball hit to center field. Rutledge coming in. He dropped the ball. I thought he made the catch, but he dropped the ball, and Schmall is safe.
Designated hitter now.
Error on the board. Error 8 on Rutledge. First error for the Millers. And here's Reinhardt. 0 for 3 with a walk. He struck out 3 times. Schmall at first. The pitch from Cushing. Low and away to Reinhardt. 1 ball and no strikes. Well, you still got to get 27 outs, and as of now, the Millers have only recorded 24. Runner at first base. Nobody out. Cushing works. Off the plate. 2-0 to Reinhardt, who's got power. We've seen that. Homered earlier today against Stockman's Irish and doubled as well. 2-0. On the corner with a fastball, 2-1. Cushing ready. Alex Twenge is warming up the bullpen, and Reinhardt lines one up the middle. And that's a base hit. Brings the tying run to the plate, and Sean Borman.
Third baseman, number 44.
Reinhardt, in his hurry to get to first base, threw his bat and made it almost all the way to the dugout. And he will now leave for a pinch runner. And it's Nate Letmer coming in to run for him. Swing and a miss by Borman in the first pitch. From Cushing, struck out, homered, doubled, and hit by a pitch. 2 for 3. 2 runs scored, 2 runs batted in. He is the tying run. And that is off the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike to Borman. Miller on deck. Cushing has gone 2+ innings in relief. 20 pitches coming into this inning. There's a 1-1. Fastball is sliced foul into the net. 1-2. Sean Borman. Left-handed batter, Cushing ready. And he works. Swing and a miss. He struck out Borman. First out of the 9th inning. 3rd strikeout for Cushing. And it brings up Jeff Miller. Miller singled his first time up, has grounded to short and grounded to second twice. He has 2 runs batted in, and he's 1 for 4. 9-6 Millers here in the 9th. Cushing pitches. Swung on. Off the end of the bat towards second base. Hansen has it. Tags the runner. Goes to first. And the Millers are state champions. As Jeff Miller grounds into a double play.